Relationship are partnerships that people get into either between two adults or two individuals, could be adults or teenagers, whatever age it is, and they're coming together for a common goal and for a common reason. And that goal is there to either betters them, makes them get better as individuals, or it can sometimes have disastrous consequences depending on what exactly the goal is. So at the end of the day, relationships are just partnerships to me between two individuals, and it can be according to the goal they are seeing. Some is to get married eventually, others is to get to know each other first before they settle down, others is to maybe have children. It depends on the goal the person is having at the moment. And also we continue to say that personally in my relationship, the boundaries that I have in three categories: boundaries in time, space, and in terms of the body. So boundaries come in terms of someone's time. I feel like it is disrespectful to take advantage of people's time when you're lying to them, you're playing games with them, you're not serious with them, when you're not clearly ready to be in a relationship mentally and spiritually and emotionally. You're not there yet. You're still maybe healing from certain things that you have gone through, or maybe you're just not ready to be in a relationship. So you respect somebody's time in relationships, like even the time you take off to get to know each other, the time that you take off to communicate with another, being honest. Those are some of the elements that come in the whole. I know it's a broad topic, but I'm just trying to summarize it in the sense that all these things come respecting each other's time, respecting each other's, in terms of being honest with each other, what you want in the relationship. If you want honesty, be honest with one another. If you guys want to grow together, you have to be straightforward with what you want. And the other thing I would say is in terms of space. Sometimes when an individuals, we have different paths we are on. Some of us are students, others are working, others are in between, trying to figure it out between working and, if they are working, if they are maybe have lost a job, they are looking for a job. Sometimes people are in different paths, and when you come together in a relationship, you need to respect somebody's space. Maybe the person is at work or they are in class, and you're texting, calling. It's like you're not giving this person that space they need, or that boundary in terms of, okay, in my time, from this time to this time I must be working, so you have to respect that. From this time to this time I am maybe studying. You have to respect that in the relationship. So that's what I mean in terms of boundaries, in the sense of the space. You have to give sometimes the person space. You can't always be in their case. It gets annoying to me personally if every time my partner is going to be on my case and I can't even do what I want, I can't do the task I need to do. So sometimes it's important to read in between the lines and know what your partner is doing at a specific time, and respect that in terms of giving the person space to figure out what they need to do. And maybe they are working, they need space to think, to be creative, whatever kind of job they have. The other third aspect I would say is respect yourselves in terms of your bodies. If, for example, you're not married and you guys are already, let's say, indulging in activities that can compromise your spirituality, it would not make sense for you to realize months later that this is not the right person after you have gone too far. So sometimes you have to put boundaries in the sense of, I need to know what to do and when to do it and where to do it. So when, what, and where, all those three aspects come in. Where you are, if you know you're going to put yourself in a compromising situation where you're going to be, you have to know, okay, I can't be let's say let's just give an example of being in a room alone with this person, because I know ABC and D is going to happen. So I need to know that I have to be careful, I have to have self-control, be able to grow and nurture all those things in you until the right time comes. Of course, there's always a time for everything under the sun. So at the end of the day, there's no need to rush it. There's no need to rush and find yourself in situations that you could have prevented earlier if you had not respected your body and respected yourselves in terms of the body desires that we all have as human beings. No one doesn't have that. Everybody has that. So that's basically what I can say. Respect yourself in all those. The boundaries I would give myself is time, space, and of course also your body. Yeah, that's basically what I can say.
Hello, my name is Marian. A relationship is a way in which people are connected or are attached to each other. I'm in a relationship and there are some boundaries we've set for each other. For example, a right to one's principles. Like we all have different principles, so I'm expected to stand by the other person's principles, and he or she is also expected to stand by mine. A right to freedom of expression. Many times we are in situations where we are not allowed to express ourselves. Personally, I feel like if I can't express myself, there is a line drawn from that point of view. Then privacy. There are personal things, or there are things that I would prefer to keep to myself. So when someone tries to cross the line, I feel like they are going beyond the boundary. The other would be me time. I believe each and every person, honestly, has a right to me time or deserves me time. There are times we just want to be by ourselves and we think through things and have time for ministry and maybe talk to God or something. So if the other person is standing in between me and me time, I feel like there should be I feel like they're overstepping their boundary. So those are some of the boundaries that we've set for ourselves.
Hello, my name is Ruth Asimwe from Thornycraft Chapel UCU. I think a relationship does not necessarily mean that there's sexual attraction, but there's love that binds people and keeps them glued to each other, be it in a friendship or a sexual relationship. I think how people are connected and how they behave towards each other is what a relationship is. And first of all, love is respect, and love is a pillar in a relationship. So if my partner is not able to respect my every decision, it means that relationship might not progress, because these decisions are usually made for the good of both of us. And over time, the boundaries that we set might change according to the level in which you are, but in most cases, these boundaries don't change because people's priorities usually remain the same. And there should be no sex before marriage, even though we are in courtship. And if the person is not ready to wait until you both are ready to marry and have children, then that's a manipulation of the boundary, and the relationship should be terminated because it's not godly. And then also, my partner should be able to give me space whenever I need it, because there's life outside the relationship, and this is why each person has to focus on their goals in order to accomplish what they've set, other than being clingy to each other, all in the name of being insecure. So according to me, that's what I understand by a relationship. And definitely every relationship should have God as their pillar, and once that boundary is overstepped, the relationship ceases to have meaning. Every person should respect the relationship in which they are in, and if a relationship is to be successful, people should be able to understand each other and have common understanding on what they do. Other than that, I think a relationship is how people relate with each other and live as long as they've decided to be together.